Alright, when it comes time to do your engine ID and parts ID lab, we're going to want to come to the 4-stroke engines OPE chapter 9 page, posted for week 4. Obviously you've already been here because at this point you should have done your 4-stroke packet assignment, which is this one. Make note as we scroll down here, there's a Briggs & Stratton number designation system PDF here. This one here is for Tecumseh, and then I've got a link to a Honda one. Kohler engines are a little bit trickier, but I'll speak to those in a few moments. Here's an example of what your lab sheet looks like. The first half, you're given a piece of equipment, you need to find the ID numbers and write it down. And then we're going to attempt to decode them, and that's what this video is going to be about. It's down here for the assignment block. I'll click on it. You guys will have your copy that you click on. I'm going to click on my copy, which is the original. We'll open it up, and I'm going to go ahead and type in my engine numbers here. I found an engine that's 1226607. If it types on multiple lines like that, it's no problem. Just delete some of it, so it looks normal. Okay. I just put the highlighted box in there so it's easier to know where I'm expecting some answers to be typed in. So if you haven't already figured it out or guessed, that's a Briggs & Stratton number, and it's actually my lawnmower at home. So what I'm going to do now is I pre-opened the Briggs & Stratton numbering system. So let's go take a look at the chart here. So basically all those numbers that I just typed into the lab sheet mean something, and it's broken down right here. The first number or pair of numbers is going to be the cubic inch displacement. So let me set something up here. Let's go, we're going to put that on the left side, and I'll bring this out, make that on the right side so we can do the split screen thing. The way you do split screen on Chromebook will be a little bit different, but as you can see, it's going to be helpful for assignments like this. So my first number or pair of numbers is 12, which means 12 cubic inches. Okay, and then, oops, I didn't mean to do that. Then the next one, my basic design series, is 6. Basic design series. I'm not sure exactly, but I think with Briggs that means that it's 6th revision. And then the second number, or the third number, is a designation for vertical crankshaft. Because if you look over here, this basic design series was a 6. And then the crankshaft orientation 5 to 9 are vertical shaft engines. I'm just holding the space bar to line up the lines of text so it makes it easier to read. You'll notice that the next one after the second 6 is a 0, which is a plain bearing. And the next one after that is the 4th digit after displacement. In this case, mine is a 7, which indicates electric start. And you probably won't know this unless you go look at the machine, but I know mine is a 12-volt electric start, so I got like a little key switch so I can hold down the lever, turn the key, and the engine will crank over for me. So that's the model number. The 0132-E1 is the spec number, or I'm sorry, that would be a Tecumseh. The type number, not much to really do with that one. And then lastly, the 0 is the year, and 11 means November, and then 07 is the day, and FA is the manufacturing plant. So that means that my lawnmower engine is just a couple months shy of being 20 years old. Okay, and so this is kind of what I'm looking for when you decode your engine. Now, if you don't have a Briggs & Stratton, but you have a Tecumseh, you're going to have a different modeling system, and the information that you provide is going to be a little bit different. Like in this case, the L stands for L head. If it was an overhead valve Tecumseh, that would be an O. The next designation they can show in the example here is V for vertical. Well, if it's not a vertical shaft engine, it must be a horizontal. So you might have like an OHH55, meaning that it's an overhead valve horizontal configuration, and the 55 would be a 55 cc displacement. And then you can see here E is EPA carb compliant, and A is a power configuration. So that would be like perhaps the mounting flange, or how the PTO comes out of the engine, and maybe the size of the PTO. Obviously it doesn't break it down in quite that detail. That's probably something that Tecumseh didn't really release as public documents. And then this would be a spec number. Okay. It'll be different for your engine. Each manufacturer has a bit of a different coding system, which is kind of the point I'm trying to make here. As well as sometimes we need to be aware that there is a bit of a coding system, something like a Decode. They might have a similar engine that's been produced for a large span of years, and there may have been some parts revisions where parts fit earlier engines but not later engines, or vice versa. And so when you go parts shopping, you might need to go to the engine numbers and figure out just when this engine was made, so that you know which part to order. Hope that you learned something about engine decoding. Any questions, come find me in the lab, send me an email, or some other like Google Hangouts chat or something, other method of communication, and I'll do my best to help you out. And thanks for watching.